In my head at night, I pray to God watch over me, cause I ain't living right. Reminiscing how I told you that.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, so I have an article here on motorauthority.com. It said, is synthetic motor oil bad for old cars? I'm gonna give you guys my opinion before I read this article. I don't think so. I don't think so, not at all. Because oil is basically to lubricate the engine, and I think if you go with the correct weighted oil, you're good to go. So I don't think that it's bad for older cars, because you still, no matter what car it is, once they have an engine, once they have a motor, you're gonna need oil to lubricate all the metal components, so you don't get no dry start and metal contact to blow your motor. So that's my opinion. I don't really know until I finish reading this article, but that's how I see it. All engines, you need motor oil, and I don't think synthetic oil is gonna damage it. I think that you could actually drive longer on that oil change intervals. But let's see what they got going on in this article. Here we go. A persistent debate around synthetic motor oil is whether it can be used in old cars. In this Engineering Explained video, Jason Fenske cleared things up. The video is part of a series sponsored by Mobil 1, which give Fenske access to its engine for questions about motor oil. The short answer is yes. You can use synthetic oil in older cars. Of course, it was common sense. Synthetic options exist even for classic cars. Fenske said, adding the Porsche has been factory filling its cars with synthetic oil since 1996. As always, though, it's best to check manufacturer recommendation, he noted. Of course, you got to check that. Synthetic motor oil have been around since the 1970s. So why do some people think that they can't be used in older cars? Some early synthetic oil could damage engine seals, but companies have changed their formulation since then, and spectrally tests for seals compatibility, Fenske said. Another myth about synthetic oils is that they can clean the engine more thoroughly, exposing leaks, Fenske said, adding that it's hard to see why that would be a bad thing. No one wants an engine to leak oil. But if the only prevention is sludge and other buildup, you've got bigger problems. Fenske also discussed using thicker oil in older engine. It generally best to use the oil weight, as I explained earlier in the video, specified by the manufacturer. But where can change the clearance within an engine? In that case, thicker oil could help, but only as a last-ditch effort for a worn-out engine. That also won't stop leaks, as that related to failed seals. All of these questions related to older engine, the kind manufactured market high mileage oil for. High mileage oil generally have a swelling agent designed to recondition seals, helping to limit the amount of oil that leaks past, Fenske said. They may also be slightly heavier than a compatible standard oil, helping cut down on oil consumption, he said. Ultimately, through high mileage oil can't reverse the effects of time, so a worn out engine is still going to have problems. So this is the information that I know a lot of people don't know. That's why I don't really use high mileage oil, because they basically swell the seals. And I think if you go back to use like normal oil, like if you don't have the money to purchase the high mileage oil, you may get a leak, because the agent that actually swells the seal, that's in the high mileage oil, and when you use regular motor oil, I think you might end up getting a leak, because the oil is the normal oil is thin, so I think it'll seep through that seal. See, that's the difference. That's why I rather use full synthetic. I always use full synthetic no matter what, because the best thing that you could drive on a longer oil change interval. They give you a longer oil change interval. So I basically recommend you using full synthetic motor oil, or whatever the manufacturer requires, because you could use the regular oil or you could just use full synthetic. But I do my best to stay away from high mileage motor oil. No matter if your car is over the 75,000 miles, just go and just use regular oil, or it depends on your situation. If your vehicle burn oil fast, I recommend you use full synthetic, or if it don't, you could use the regular motor oil. Now, if you have a leak, if you have an oil leak, that's when I recommend you to use the high mileage oil, so you could get the seal to swell up, so it could slow down the leak or stop the leak. But that's the information I want to give. So basically the answer is yes. Synthetic oil, you could use synthetic oil in old cars, which I knew that. So some people didn't think that it was real or not, but this article said it's true, that they ran their tests and everything and let you guys know. So yes, if you have an older car like 60s or in the 70s, the 80s, 90s, you could use, no matter what, you could use synthetic oil in that motor. It wouldn't damage it. I think it just give you a longer oil change interval, which I recommend to all females. You know, sometimes you drive over the 3,000 miles or the 5,000 miles. Once you use full synthetic, you could go to 6, or you could probably push it to 10, which I really don't recommend, but it wouldn't damage the engine, because the engine basically need lubrication. That's what the oil is for, and because it's full synthetic, the viscosity won't break down that fast. So that's why I recommend full synthetic motor oil, just because the viscosity do not break down that fast. Now, if it was regular oil, that's a different situation. The normal regular motor oil, just go and change it after you hit what the car recommended, or the 3,000 miles, because that's the thing. It only go for a certain that certain amount of miles. After that, the viscosity breaks down, and when the viscosity breaks down, the oil basically lose strength. So basically you drive in, and it's the engine is just not going to get the proper lubrication. So when your car is not getting proper lubrication, what happens? Friction happens, metal to metal contact in your motor, and it's a high chance that you could blow your motor. Trust me, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to a lot of people who I know. That's why I always recommend full synthetic motor oil. And that's about it with this article, with this video. Hope you guys enjoying your weekend. Have a blessed, beautiful day, and don't forget to vote. Early voting is coming up. I think it's Monday, the 19th, here in Florida. Don't forget to vote. It's your power. It's your voice. Peace, and have a blessed day. Take care. And don't forget to wash your hands and stay safe. You know, Corona's still out there. For real. Peace out and bye-bye.
Get into the money, get into the money, get into it. Get into the money, get into the money, get into it. Get into the money, get into the money, get into it. Get into the money.